Hi everybody, it's Alisamurray here. I just wanted to touch base and let you know that I've got a little special end of the month kind of show that I'm going to be doing. It's called the Sweet Scoop. You'll be able to find a link to it in the alisamurrayslivinthesweetlife.com website and also on the channel. I'm going to be talking to you guys about what we've been reading in the book club, what we've been decorating in the house, kind of an overview of what's going on with the channel behind the scenes, and thanking each of you for participating on the shows, as well as just giving you some positive vibes and insights into how to live your sweet life as well. So I look forward to seeing you soon, and here's the scoop. First off, I want to thank my viewers, my subs. One of my wonderful people that watched the show saw the asparagus, and I did not know about having to cut everything down. She said, cut it down and mulch it, and you'll get your spears. And I want you to look, how beautiful is this? It's just been a few weeks since I did what she asked me to do, and I really appreciate you doing that for me. I'm going to take you into the house now. I want to show you some stuff that I've done for the holiday, for Valentine's. Every single season I decorate the house. I've done it for years so I can take pictures of children. These days I'm doing it just so I can show you guys stuff on the channel as well and how to do things. And so I want to take you in there and show you that, and then I'm going to talk about the book from the book club, invite you guys to join that Facebook group. So I'll see you back over at the front door and we'll go through that together. I always try to decorate. I think it's a wonderful way to welcome people into your home. Obviously there's not that much people coming into your house right now, but it's still a nice activity to do to kind of make you feel better. So you remember in another episode I showed you how to decorate your pillows. I try to put something on the front porch that looks like the season. And so I've done the archway, simple heart from years gone by. I like to incorporate stuff in from what we've had from the kids growing up as well. But let me walk you through here. Come on into our home. And let me show you all about that. So I always decorate the stairs. As you can see, I've wrapped everything with roses and little lights. I've done the same thing around the mirror in the guest bathroom. I always love to have the guest bathroom decorated, so I'll show you that as well. Nothing fancy, just a little bit of lights and a little bit of flowers, little ribbon, just a nice little touch. And it looks really cool too. Look at this. When the lights are turned off, it looks really cute and cool. I love it in the fall as well. I'll do orange lights with fall leaves for that, but this is just one way of doing a little extra cha-cha-cha to your house. So come around this way. I'll take you to the dining room. The third place I like to decorate, actually the fourth place I like to decorate, is the dining room table. I've done a simple decoration this year, not anything too fancy, but something just simple so that it looks like Valentine's Day. Look over here. You've got this gorgeous, what we used for our Jessie tree, and I just took all the ornaments off and added the little hearts, and it looks so cute. And down below, of course, we've got to have a touch of leopard because there's always a touch of leopard over here at my house. So over here, you'll see, is the mantle. And I've got a lot of things decorated here and there, but this is one of the other spots that I always try to decorate. This year I used feathers from what was at my daughter's wedding. They'll be married 5 years this year. We're so excited about that. And really just taking stuff that I had, trying to put something together, old hearts from years gone by again, nothing special, just making sure that we use stuff and just do a little extra touch. So the front door, the dining room table, the mantle, and the guest potty. And if you've got stairs, of course, the stairs as well. So that's what we do for decorating for around the house seasonally. So here we are. You know what? I wanted to share with you guys a couple of different ideas that's been going on over the past little bit. We've been doing so many shows and taping so many different episodes for you guys, and so many of you have come to me and said how much you were enjoying them. And I want to thank you for that. I want to thank you for your subscriptions to the channel and for your support and all the things that we're doing out over here in the Sweet Life kitchen garden, living our sweet lives, hopefully inspiring you to live yours. Our favorite cat, William, is now arriving to the scene, and many of you know about William entering in many of our episodes. You can come hang out with us if you'd like. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the book club too. The South of the Buttonwood Tree is the book that we were reading for January, It's been a wonderful book. It's all about some families in the South. I don't want to be a spoiler. I want to invite you to be on the Facebook Living the Sweet Life group. And in there, I'm going to do a live book club-esque. We're going to really have to work this thing together because I've not done one before. I'm used to talking to people and seeing people, and I'm sure you guys know that because we're all in that same boat together, but I'm trying to pivot around and figure out a new way of doing things since we're not able to meet in person like we were before. But if you'll go to the episodes, you'll see the book club information. You'll see that the next one is Think Like a Monk with Jay Shetty. That's February's book. But this book was just so good, and I encourage you guys to read it. Reach out to me if you can on Instagram or Facebook and let me know if you want to do the book club, if you had a chance to read the book. If you want to scoot this one a little bit further out since it's the end of January, and you may not have gotten a chance to get the book and read the book or even see the episode with the book club for that matter, I want to make sure that everybody gets a chance to read it before we actually discuss it. But I ate the book in 3 days. That's how good it was. And it's hard to get my attention like that. As many of you that are close to me know, it's just very difficult. So when I find a good book, I want to share a good book. The other thing I want to talk to you guys about is a whole bunch of stuff that we're doing upcoming. I've got a lot of ideas about tutorials on gardening. I sent a survey out to you guys probably about it was the end of December. It's almost been a month, asking information from you about things that you'd like for me to teach you and have in my Sweet Life School and University. And a lot of people came back, surprisingly, wanting to have information about positive thinking and living their sweet life. I thought you guys were going to want to pick photography, which is so funny because I was talking to a friend of mine and she was like, well, everybody just wants you to teach them how to shoot. And I said, well, I don't know. We're just going to ask everybody. And I asked about entrepreneurship, which was a big one as well. And I asked about etiquette for children. And I asked about cooking and gardening, of course, and many of you were interested in those things too. So I'm in the process during the month of February getting all of those outlines put in place and trying to figure out, which one we should start with. If you have a preference for what you'd like to see first, please do reach out to me. Every episode has my cell phone on it. I've got my phone posted on the YouTube channel. I've got it on the website, Alisa Murray's Living the Sweet Life. You can go to alisamurray.com. You can find me anywhere. And there's only one number to reach me at. So you can certainly take a minute if you want to and text me and say, hey, I'm interested. Here's my email. And I can put you in that list. Because what I'm trying to do now is compile how many people want cooking, how many people want gardening, how many people want entrepreneurship, ideas about branding themselves, marketing, and obviously the art of positive thinking and living your sweet life is kind of the big one. But anyway, the other thing I wanted to share with you is just something that I had said to one of my friends who was texting me the other day, and it made me think about sums up everything that we've all been doing for the past basically a year, is that it's time to go into hibernation in order to get some transformation, and we all need to learn how to do a little ignoration. And she laughed. She was like, ignoration, I don't even think that's a word. And I said, you know what, it is a word, I just made it. Ignoration means, for those of you who can't figure that out, all this stuff that's going on in the world that's not nice right now, you just need to ignore it. Move on and try to live your sweet life. Let your light shine. Try to be a positive influence on anybody that you meet. I know we can't smile with our masks, but maybe you can sparkle with your eyes. Just take a minute to call somebody that maybe is lonely. I'm making a point to write thank you notes for everybody that participates on the Martini Talk show. And that's the other thing I wanted to mention. If you've got a business that you've launched, or if you've got an idea that you want to knock around, that Martini Talk show has just been so popular and fun. I've Zoomed people all over the country that have found me. So it doesn't have to be in person. If it can be socially distanced, obviously here in the garden or in the office, but it can also be done on Zoom. It'll give you a wonderful opportunity to just knock around some ideas about branding, maybe some ideas you've got about starting another business or starting a whole nother movement for all we know. I mean, like this health coach stuff that Margaret's been working on. She's going to be the upcoming episode tomorrow for Martini Talks. I've known her for years and she's just so wonderful. She's such a sweet friend of mine, and she's moving into a whole new direction, but teaching people how to live healthy lives and not be focused solely on exercise, but on the wholeness of that and what that means. And that's kind of encompassing everything that I've done in my columns, helping families with their photography or planning their vacations or even helping them find a new home. All the things that I've done through the years and written about in my column, Living the Sweet Life, has always been about trying to be a positive influence, giving back to the community, sharing what I know, helping people be better for themselves and be better to each other. And I just want to encourage everybody to do that. And that's really the theme of everything that I'm doing, living your sweet life and helping others to live theirs. And if you, like I said, if you need me for anything, if you've got an idea that you want to knock around, if you have an opportunity and you didn't get the survey, drop me a line, let me know, I can resend it to you. If you know what you'd want me to teach you anyway, just text it to me. But right now what I'm working on, because these are the highest points that were there, was living life. So positive energy, positive thinking, motivation, psychology, which is great because I've got a degree in psychology and now I really get to hone in and dig in deep and use that. And then cooking and gardening are really the top three, both for the children as well as for the adults. Adults were probably answering for your children, but a lot of the children already had ideas about wanting to learn how to bake things, and they have really enjoyed the garden, guys. I mean, they've been enjoying it for years, because for years I've had one. It's just that we've made it a lot bigger, and all the little seedlings are going to be going in the next few weeks with the tomatoes. I can't wait to show you that. I've got a gardening, might have mentioned that earlier, Facebook group as well. I'm going to do tutorials on how to do all of those things, and I'll be touring over at Sienna Mulch. Those guys are responsible for making sure that I've got the best compost, the best soil, the best everything that you need to do a garden. I really recommend them highly. They're in my client base as well. I take care of them on multiple things that I do, obviously, because what I've done for years. Come, William, you can come. You can come. You can come. Everyone likes to see William. William has also got his own Wednesday Wit. I started that this week, sending you guys positive quotes and things that have just sort of come across my desk that made me stop and think a little bit to hopefully share some positive energy with you guys as well. And I just wanted to take a minute to tell everybody thank you and to just reach out. Each month I'm going to try to check in, try to go over, you know, what we're doing, show you what I've done with the decorations, show you what I've done with the channel, kind of give you an overview of where things are. Right now, the Two Chefs show with Carl has really been a hit, and you guys are really digging watching us two in that kitchen grab cabbages and stuff out of the garden and bring it back in here and create some cool stuff. We did braised today. He did oxtails, and I did my artichoke pie, and I'm sure it'll be a hit. Every single one that we've done has been over 300 views. But the most important thing is I wanted to ask you a favor. If you'll do me a favor, and if you will, in addition to letting me know what I can do for you and what I can give to you, because there's a lot of different things that I've written about over the years and people that I know, the network. If you need help with something, I want you to be sure that you ask me. And I, in turn, would like to ask that of you. I'm needing to get, as you all know, because anyone who's involved in YouTube understands the situation with YouTube, is even though I've got 21,000 emails and people who've known me for years, I've got to get everybody to subscribe, because I've got to get 1,000 subs, and I think it's 4,000 views or something before I can actually monetize my channel. And I really would like to do that, even though I'm still shooting babies and I'm still planning some vacations for the latter part of 2021 and all into 2022. We're still doing that. The travel agency's still there, and so is the studio. Somebody asked me the other day, are you shooting? And I'm like, I will always shoot. Listen, I don't do jobs that I don't love. That's just the bottom line with me. I never have ever done that. And I've always worked from home. So, you know, it's kind of like the buck stops here. And if I'm not loving what I'm doing, then I'm not going to do it, which is why I'm putting a lot of effort into the YouTube channel, because not only am I able to give you me, right, videos of me sharing what I know in terms of gardening or cooking or just thoughts of sweetness, but I'm also able to help people with their businesses, with the Martini Talks. Listening to the children talk on the Sweet Tea Talks is absolutely darling. They've got so many wonderful things to say about the world, and they think so differently, and so it's really a refreshing moment to sit with them and just get their take on what's going on around them, and catch that spirit that you miss if you're not living with children. Like, children are really special, and I've always loved them. And being the oldest of 5, I've always had, people younger than me around me, and of course being a mama as well, and it's just been great. But what I really need at this point is for me to know exactly what I can give to you, and for me to also get this channel monetized so that I can actually make money doing it. Because even though I'm still shooting babies and I'm still planning vacations and selling houses, still doing that too. Although the market, I will say, is crazy right now in Houston. It's 1.2% inventory. So even if I were to find your perfect buyer for your house and sell it for you, where am I going to put you is the question. I mean, that's the big question, because there's just not a lot of stuff laying around to choose from, which is just interesting right now. But that's just, everything around the world is interesting, which is why I told my friend to just ignore anything that's not positive. Just ignore it, because if you don't, it's going to bring you down, and you don't need that in your life. That includes people, that includes the news, that includes anything that's not a positive reflection in your life, because we are who we hang out with, and we are a reflection of things that we surround ourselves with. And when we don't surround ourselves with positive energy, we're going to spiral downward. And the last thing in the world that any of us need at this point is to do anything more than stay at a steady status and fly upwards with our light and our dreams, and to just try to, make it the best we can, because things are just not at all normal. And I know I'm preaching to the choir, because you guys are my sweet lifers, but I just wanted to take a minute and let you know that that's what I needed, and that I had gotten a lot of response. I sent out a bunch of emails, like I said, end of December, and got a lot of responses back, and that's what I'm working off of. But there's still many of you that have not reached out to me to let me know specifics on what you'd like to learn, so I can build those courses out for you, and to let you know about the new Facebook groups that'll be launched. I did the garden one. I'll be doing over the weekend the Sweet Life, and also the one for the kitchen, so people can get to me that way and be in a discussion ongoing about recipes or seeds or how to compost or what to plant right now in Houston, or asking questions about how to launch a business, or anything, just anything. So anyway, I hope that you guys have had fun, I guess, maybe not the right word, but at least a little bit of good information from me this afternoon. I sure thank that person that gave me that information about the asparagus. I was out there with Carl working on the cabbages and doing the garden tour, and somebody saw me, and she lived her sweet life. She shined a light on me, because we're all brand new. The asparagus is not something that I've ever tried to grow before. I've always done the staple stuff like tomatoes and cucumbers and squash and watermelon and that kind of stuff. But asparagus was intriguing to me, because asparagus lives for like 25 years once you've established it. And some people had said on YouTube, let it just grow. Others had said, cut it down. I thought, I'm scared to cut it down. I'd rather let it just do what God's going to let it do, and then hopefully it'll do. But she did. She said, cut it down, and your spears will pop up, and literally they did. And I want you to think about that in terms of a metaphor of your life. I want you to take everything out of your life that's bad, negative, and cut it down, and then let those spears of your sweetness grow up. And that may sound a little cheesy to some people, but for me, everything's connected to the garden, and especially after what we've all been through. Finding seeds and watching them grow has really been an absolute joy, and gotten me through many days that I wished that I could have been hugging a kiddo or talking to you guys and couldn't. So anyway, I won't get too cheesy or teary-eyed with you on this one, but I just wanted to let you know that each month I am going to check in, and that right now where we are with the channel, those are the two things I need, and to let you know, an open invitation to, for sure, if you do need me, or if you've got any ideas, to be sure to reach out. Don't forget to join the Facebook groups. And in the meantime, I hope you're living your sweet life. So I'll see you soon on the channel, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care.